Yo, what's up guys? It's the Goblin. Today what I have for you guys is the world's first ever triple MOAB plane on the map Terminal. I'm using the ACR in this gameplay with the silencer and the extended mag. So basically this is the world's first ever triple MOAB on Terminal. It kind of sucked because in this gameplay I did die on the specialist bonus to start it off. So this could have been a potential quad MOAB. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get the quad MOAB on this map. And basically I'm just going to be going over tips for this map. So basically what you want to do is this is a perfect map for spawn trapping. And obviously, I don't condone like spawn trapping on other maps. Like, you know what I mean? But this map, it's kind of different. There's nothing you can do really, except because the spawns are so messed up. This map was a throwback in the DLC. It's available to the public for free on the Xbox, on PS3 and PC. I think it's coming out in about a month or something like that. But the spawns are absolutely hectic, just like they were in MW2 on this map. The only thing that makes it a bit less hectic is that there's no air support really. I mean, how much air support is there in MW3? Mostly everyone uses specialists, which is something that I do enjoy about MW3 over MW2, even though MW2 was a game that I did play quite a bit. But yeah, so this map, what you want to do is play exactly how you do MW2 pretty much, but there's no air support, right? Usually in MW2 you get your chopper gun, you get your Harrier, you'd call it in and just go to town on them on the map A, or not the map A, on the flag A, and it's basically the similar, but you want to run specialist. And basically I'm going to go over a few main tips for this map. So obviously what you want to do is you want to capture C and B, and you want to keep them at A domination. This map has a triangle shaped flag formation, so there's A, B, and then C all in a triangle. Some maps have it a straight line formation, others have a triangle like this one, and in the triangle maps it's a lot harder to decide which one you want to keep them at, because they will spawn down the bottom escalators if you keep them at B dom. But I think that keeping them at A dom and getting them spawned in this little hut, as you can see me trying to spray them through the wall right here, being a little cheeky guy trying to get those kills through the wall, is pretty good. And the first mob is about 2 minutes, second mob is about 2 minutes, and the third one is pretty slow. It's like 3 minutes or so. I cut it down a bit, as you guys will see, because I wanted to get the world's first ever triple, so I played it a bit differently than I did the first one. So the first one, basically what I do is I sit here and they just keep rushing out of this middle hallway, as basically we weren't playing the best enemies. Obviously if anyone's going to pick up a triple MOAB, you're not going to be playing against the best enemies, especially on the new maps, which I was surprised to find bad kids. Usually if you're playing the Call of Duty Elite playlist, you'll run into some very good players, but because this map is free, I guess the players weren't the best, and I was easily able to keep them in A domination and be able to win this game. So besides the fact that this map is perfect for spawn trapping, there's nothing else you can do. They're going to spawn inside of A domination in that little corner, and they're also going to spawn back behind these metal detectors where I am to the left if you push it in too much, which doesn't really happen too often. Most of the time they're just going to spawn out here. As you can see, there's only 2 ways out, so it's pretty much once you got them trapped in here, it's pretty much over the game. You can keep them in A domination. The only bad thing that will happen is if you flip them down to the bottom escalators, which will happen a few times in this gameplay. The slow parts that I cut out is that when you push in too far, it'll flip them down to the bottom escalators, which will basically allow them to take B domination or come up and take C domination, and you won't be able to kill them all as you can if you just keep them at A dom like I do. And this second mob is about 2 minutes as well. And the first one I ran out of ammo and used the MP9. So that's my second tip for this map is there's 2 ways you can play it basically. I think if you come through the plane, there is a little head glitch, but that's not the best way to approach them at A. The best way is coming around this backside like I am in the second MOAB, or coming around in the middle area like I was in the first. And this gameplay is actually quite different, because I did all 3 ways. The first MOAB, I was coming at them from the middle, the second one from the back, and the third one from the plane, as you'll see. And you'll see the plane one doesn't work out as well. I don't get the MOAB as quick, but those are 3 ways that you guys can approach them from, and I recommend the back way. They spawn right in that little corner, and if you just go prone and make yourself hard to find and hard to be able to be shot at, you'll be able to win those gunfights quite easily. So for gun selection on this map, lots of people would probably think there's lots of close range engagements, you probably want to be using an MP7, and I kind of disagree. I think the ACR is the best gun for this map, or a long range assault rifle like the Scar H or Scar L, what's it called in this game, Scar L, or the AK-47 with impact or something like that. And the reason you want impact is to spray through the walls, as there's lots of tin walls and stuff like that on this map that can easily be sprayed through. And here I pick up the double MOAB, and then obviously I let the enemies kill me after each MOAB so I could get the triple, and I cut into the triple at about 7 or 8 kills here. And as you can see, we got them out of the spawn trap, or they got out, they flipped spawns, and there's 2 snipers here hiding at the back of the map with tac inserts, and that's something you want to watch out for when you're in the plane. People love to camp at the back of the plane or in the cockpit. As you can see here, I jump shot these 2 little guys camping at the back, and I think the one guy has a tac insert. So that's something you always want to watch out for on this map, is snipers. Lots of people that played MW2, this was a great sniping map for MW2, and this map was actually super hectic in free-for-all. Like, close call right there, almost died, and that was probably the closest call of the game. But yeah, in free-for-all, the spawns were absolutely absolutely hectic on this map. I remember in MW2 I used to be like an all-star free-for-all player, and the spawns would be absolutely crazy and stuff like that. So I wouldn't recommend. I don't know if this thing is in free-for-all. I'm guessing it would be. I'd love to play this in free-for-all. I'll probably do that pretty soon. It's tough to find the maps though in free-for-all that you want. You know, you kind of just get thrown into random games with maps that you don't want. So here I am approaching A from B, and this guy, or approaching A from B. What am I talking about? As you can see, I had to take off 2 guys who were on a head glitch, and that is a very risky thing to do, something that you want to really watch out for. Then they flip spawn back again, and you know, this third mob I was getting a bit worried because the spawns weren't held well. You know, it's impossible to hold the spawn trap for the whole game unless you got like you're trying to spawn trap them or trying to, you know, have a full squad just sitting there aiming down sights at their heads or whatever, like people spawn trap in demolition and stuff like that. But as you can see here, we get triple cap, we do capture, we do come back to win, and it's kind of disappointing I do not get to call him the third Moab, and they ended up going 96-5, so I was that far away. You know, I was literally a second away from the 100 kills specialist with a triple mob, but don't you guys worry, I got tons of 110 kills, even more coming up pretty soon, and those are all double mobs, lots of good gameplays too. So here I am, and they're just rushing me constantly. I have the PP90, so I decided, you know, I'm just going to sit back, I'm going to wait for these guys to rush me, because when I tried to walk out there, there were guys on the head glitch, and it was pretty risky, and then this guy comes up here, almost commando lunges me, and I'm able to pick up the triple Moab, which was really awesome. You know, I felt really good since this is the world's first, and hopefully you guys do enjoy this gameplay as I call in all 3. Since this is a world's first Moab, you know, I think, you know, even though we were, you know, this is how you're supposed to play Terminal, even though if you think this is cheap spawn trapping, it is absolutely not. It's how every single person you'll see ever plays Terminal, is how they're going to play it if you're, you know, a good player or have a good team or whatnot. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like rating. It only takes literally half a second. Let's try and hit 2,500 likes and 500 favorites. And if you guys don't know how to favorite, you just click add to below the video and then favorites. And, you know, I never asked for favorites. I don't know if 500 is attainable, but if we could hit 2,500 likes or 2,500 and 500 favorites, that would absolutely make my day, and I thank you guys for everything and all the support. So go ahead and leave me a comment, a like, and a favorite, and as always, subscribe for a cookie. I'm out. Peace!